how would you describe the alliance between Nigeria, the have seen the military being French military being stationed in the north in preparation that there might be likely military invasion and attack on Sahel nations who have distanced themselves from ECOWAS?
Thank you very much. I don't think this is an allegation or an assumption. This has come to stay. Let me tell you, anything Nigerian government denies is actually true. Just recently, they said that the current chairman of INEC is dead. The Nigerian government has been denying it. It is, don't be surprised that in the next few days you hear that that man is truthfully dead. This is how they deny the death of Lagbaja, and in a matter of days, we found out that that man is actually dead. Now they are denying that the French have set up a camp in the north. It is true that the Nigerian government has been sold for a penny by Tinubu to the French. And you must understand that the French are vultures. These guys, they don't give a damn, they are vampires. They suck on your natural resources without looking back, without even leaving a penny for you. Don't forget that the same French was the one that brought Bukina, Faso, Mali, and Niger to their knees. Surprisingly, we can see a Tinubu, an old, unintelligent president. I don't know how we got ourselves into this, but this man stole the mandate of an evil Peter Obi. He stole it, and now he is now ready to trade to Nigeria as a whole for France. What is happening now is the Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have had enough. They are leaving what we call ECOWAS, because as far as ECOWAS is concerned, it is a congregation of evil cult leaders led by Tinubu. These are cult leaders who are just after the soul of the people. They don't give a damn. If you go to Burkina Faso, you'll be surprised and amazed that in just less than 2 years, Burkina Faso have been able to change coal into gold. These are people that have been able to change lemon into lemonade. Burkina Faso in just less than 2 years have paid the sum of $2 billion in debt. Now Mali is not owing any foreign country. Burkina Faso has followed suit. They are not owing any foreign nation. But what will Tinubu do? Tinubu has decided to take every one of us to go and hand us over into the hands of this marauding, this murderous French empire called France, that they should take our resources. The northerners are crying, right? That the French have now come into the Nigeria. We know one time Tinubu has come that no, we are just having a joint drill. They are teaching us how to fight banditry. Who is not aware that it is France that is giving the bandits, the ISWAPs, the migrants, guns, so that they can steal the resources? Who is not aware? Who is not aware that it is the France that is giving the Boko Harams bombs, RPGs, so that they can loot the natural resources in the north? But you must see that Tinubu does not have the interest of the people at hand. And this is why the issue of Biafra will never die. Because the Biafrans are way ahead of their time. And for me, I think that is their only problem.
So it was all the things they are trying to do is to see how they can stop Biafra by absolutely. But do you think that those Sahel is going to support Biafra?
Let me tell you, some key conscientized northerners now are saying that if Biafra come, they will jump ship immediately. Some northerners are already applying for the Biafran visa. People, those that are in Kogi, Nasarawa, Jos, Benue, they are waiting. They cannot wait for Nigeria to split. They cannot wait for the Fulanis to be put in their place. They cannot wait to free themselves from the shackles of the northern hegemony, because they are the ones filtering the resources of the Biafrans. Imagine a situation whereby oil and gas is found in your backyard. Oil and gas that is worth 1 billion, but at the end of the day they give you back 1 million, saying that they, the Fulanis, are the owner of the land, that they are born to rule, and this is what must stop. It is unfortunate that the Biafrans advocates, the Biafrans fighters are termed terrorists. But don't forget that this is common. When Mandela was fighting for the freedom of South Africa, he was called a terrorist. When Mandela went out against apartheid, he was even in prison for nothing less than 21 years. And this is why I said that the right position for any activist, any freedom fighter is either in the grave, in the cell, or asylum. Today, Simon Ekpa is being interrogated, and there are rumors that he has been jailed. It is only a show of his genuinity that he is fighting for the right cause. And let me tell you, the Biafran has exceeded that level where it can be stopped. Because as it stands today, the Biafran have what we call global recognition. We have so many US ambassadors who are now chewing the name Biafra. It was just on recent, I watched it. A congressman said it, Biafra Republic represent that the gas in Imo is open for them. So you must understand that Tinubu is working for his own interest. This is why you see that the Mali, the Bukina, and the Niger have sensed this, and they said they are leaving. And by January, they are just next month, finally they will leave this contraction. That means ECOWAS will now be what reduced to how many states? I think 5 or 6 from about 9 or 10 of them. That is to tell you that very soon in ECOWAS, the only country that will be left alone will be northern Nigeria, because the Yoruba nation will eventually come, the Biafra will eventually happen, the Ghana, the Cote d'Ivoire, all of them are already planning to join the alliance of the Sahel, which is of course the Bukina Faso, and of course over time the Biafra will eventually join the alliance of Sahel, not Sahel, alliance of the Sahel, which are what? Bukina Faso. These are children, these are guys who are youth in nature, these are guys who are revolutionary. Let me tell you today that Bukina Faso have been able to produce their own tractors. Nigeria cannot boast of it. But instead, people like Tinubu will tell our politicians to go to China and import substandard ones for us. It is a pity that this stage that we have in Nigeria is a turning stage, but it is also a good news, because for those of us who are conscientized, have come to that realization that the North must be put in their place, as it were. Thank you very much.
Okay, finally, we saw Kwankwaso in Ota with Obasanjo. You know, what is there a kind of signal to Asuro?
So Kwankwaso is a one Nigerianist, just as Obasanjo is one Nigerianist. There's a video going around where Obasanjo said that the issue of Yoruba should be died down, that he sees himself as a one Nigerian man. You know, so Obasanjo, don't forget when Obasanjo came from the prison, his account balance was 3,000 naira. But when he left after 8 years, we heard he had multi-billion naira investment. So it is expected for him to want a one Nigeria. It is expected for Kwankwaso to be lobbying for a post, a political post, because these are all thieves. In Kaki or in Agbada, they are all thieves and they are all the same. And we reject them. What we want is a new Nigeria whereby a new constitution or a fragmented confederation where everybody will control its resources. Thank you very much. This is what must stop. It is unfortunate that the Biafrans advocates, the Biafrans fighters are termed terrorists. But don't forget that this is common. When Mandela was fighting for the freedom of South Africa, he was called a terrorist. When Mandela went out against apartheid, he was even in prison for nothing less than 21 years. And this is why I said that the right position for any activist, any freedom fighter is either in the grave, in the cell, or asylum. Today, Simon Ekpa is being interrogated, and there are rumors that he has been jailed. It is only a show of his genuinity that he is fighting for the right cause. And let me tell you, the Biafran has exceeded that level where it can be stopped. Because as it stands today, the Biafran have what we call global recognition. We have so many US ambassadors who are now chewing the name Biafra. It was just on recent, I watched it. A congressman said it, Biafra Republic represent the liberation of Africa. Wow. Ibrahim Traore said that Biafra will be their major ally in the Central Africa, because Biafra will not be a part of West Africa. Their plan is to, yes, their plan to be the Central Africa, and they want to be the capital of West Central Africa. What we have today in West Africa is a sham, because Nigeria is not a country but a business venture opened, initiated by the royal Niger company, which is owned by the British. So you must understand that this Biafra struggle will never die. No matter how Tinubu and his co-out, even in France, you know, because you recall that it was when Tinubu went to France shortly after that we now heard that Samonepa has been, because Macron is trying to push the Finnish government, but the Finnish government haven't received over 10,000 video evidence about the Nigerian army. You know, just go into the Biafran land, rape their ladies, they just take their resources. I watched a video, I started shedding tears. They hanged one guy, they hanged him like a goat, put fire under him, started using gun to hit him. Because the guy said he doesn't believe in one Nigeria, they started beating him. Is that how to convince people? But instead, that will not break them, it will only make them even more harder. So this ideology that Nigeria is an entity, is a facade, for me, I believe that the Biafra will eventually win.
Okay, at the point of military invasion to the Sahel nations by giving the time frame, you know, would you think that the North will watch Tinubu beat France militarily to Niger? What do you think will happen to Africa at that time?
Let me tell you, there's a serious friction. There's a serious tension in Faso as it stands, because Tinubu is ready to sell out the North. Is this not why the North are now sending emissaries to Buhari that this Tinubu have to go? The Fulanis still there are the only one that will have their day in Nigeria. Have you forgotten how the Fulanis invaded the Niger Delta to take the oil of the Biafrans? This is why a Shetima will come out and say that Kemi should keep quiet and take away their name. But Kemi, she is not a bastard. She has responded that keep your dirty sticking mouth shut. You guys are Islamic extremists, you know, arresting your people with an ideology called Boko Haram, that she will never be seen as a Nigerian but a Yoruba first, that she doesn't want to represent anything called Nigeria because the North are the problem. For me, if those groups in the North, most especially the French army, I want them to teach the Northerners a lesson, because the Northerners have had too many latitude to just undo and undo. You can see them, they will come into the South and they'll be killing our children. Was it also recently that I heard that the Fulanis killed someone in Oluwole? I heard that they went to Enugu recently. They ordered their cows to invade a woman who was about to harvest her rice. So we must understand that if this French invasion will be the end of the Fulani hegemony, so be it. I don't give a damn.
Okay, but looking at ECOWAS, you know, and looking at Sahel nations led by the Bukina Faso guy, and looking at the Biafran rise at the same time, if Nigeria partner with France for military to force these Sahel nations back to ECOWAS, do you think that Biafra, it will give rise to Biafra to join the Sahel nations against ECOWAS and AU?
Let me tell you, anything about France must never be trusted, because as far as we're concerned, the most vicious colonial masters that we have ever existed are the French. Okay? Whatever the Biafran struggle is, there are so many other well-developed nations that can look up to. Finland is there, Russia is there, and most of all, Israel. They ordain the children of God